All right, boys and girls, welcome to our last week of official science activities for the school year. I cannot believe we are already here. This time has just flown by this year. Is this you right now? Last week of school, and your teacher is like, what, giving you work or something? Yeah. Actually, this isn't the last week of school. Technically, the last week of school is the 25th through the 29th. Well, actually the 28th. But the 25th was a holiday, and the 28th would have been a half day. So technically next week is the last week of school, but we won't have any official science or math activities for that week. Also, on that point, remember that you do not click the turn in button until you're completely done with everything on all the slides for the week. But I want you to know I will not be taking late work this week. I am getting my grades in by Friday at midnight, which is the 22nd, and I will not be taking any late work. So if you turn yours in after Friday at 3 o'clock, then I am not going to take it. I'm going to give you a 0. So you might want to get your work done early this week so I can get it graded and get it back to you. Okay, so this week what we're going to be looking at is the features and the functions of different plants and different animals and how those features and functions help them survive in a particular environment. All right. Something that comes to mind is a chameleon. I'm sure you've all heard of a chameleon before, a particular type of lizard that will change its colors based on what is around it so that it can blend in. So that is a great example of something that would have a particular function and feature that would help it survive. All right, so before we get started, I want you to think, do you know what parts a plant and animal have? Okay, so if you think about animals and you think about plants, could you name the parts of plants and animals just kind of depending on what it is? Are they all the same? What about what covers up a plant or what covers up an animal? You have leaves on plants, you have bark on trees, you have turtles that have shells and things like that, okay? And what do these features do for those particular organisms? You know, things that were created all have features that protect and help them to survive. I mean, just in basically our skin on our bodies helps protect us. Our eyelashes help protect things from getting in our eyes. So everything that we have in our bodies, everything that an animal has, everything that a plant has was designed specifically and uniquely to help that particular organism survive. So that's what we're going to be looking at this week. All right, so here's where you got today's lessons. All right, so you're going to start off by reading structures and functions. Guys, make sure that you are reading this information. This information is going to help you understand and grasp what we do throughout the week. It's also where a lot of questions come from on your Friday quiz. Not directly necessarily from this, but understanding what's in this and being able to make inferences and references is going to help you in the quiz that you have on Friday. So you're going to be reading something called Structures and Functions, starting off about reading about predators, what adaptations are, what structures are, and what functions are, and looking at how things on the outside of organisms help them to survive, like the beaks on a bird or the leaves on a plant. Ooh, think about a cactus and how that survives. Talking about camouflage and how that helps with prey and predator. Then looking at how the internal things of organisms help them to survive. And then talking about hibernation, looking at our wisdom teeth, some interesting information about humans and the wisdom teeth. Okay? All right, so I want you to go ahead and stop right now and pause your video so that you can read structures and functions. All right, now that you're back and you have read that, you're going to go on a features and a functions hunt. We're going to walk outside to a safe place where there are plants and other organisms, okay? And we're going to observe those organisms. We're going to fill in the chart on the next slide. What you're going to do is notice different organisms, look at those unique features of that organism, and try to figure out what that feature helps, how it helps it to function, okay? And you're going to find at least 3 of your own for the next chart. So one of them is done for you. I did an example for you. For instance, trees, okay? So you have the word tree, and then find a picture of a tree, and then the bark of a tree, and then tell me what the function is, all right? The function of the bark of a tree is to help protect it from insects, okay? So now you're gonna go on your own hunt and find different things. Now, you can't use a tree like I did, okay? So let's see what we can find. I'm assuming that Edie is gonna wanna go with this, but you know what? No, ma'am, I'm gonna go in the front yard, and I don't want her to come in the front yard. All right, so some of the things that I'm looking at, okay, is you have flowers. Flowers have these beautiful colors. Colors will attract birds and other things that will then spread the pollen of those flowers that will then help those particular types of flowers spread, okay? You have, oh, one of my lilies is about to open. I'm very excited about that. All right, so one of the things I wanted to show you on another flower is you have this calla lily over here. What's interesting about this calla lily is you notice that it's got like, it's almost like a cup, and water gets down in that cup, and then it helps that calla lily hold some water, okay? All right, one of the things I found earlier, where are you, Mr. Roly-Poly? Now I can't see you. Let me see if I can find you. There you are. Think about a roly, come here, Mr. Roly-Poly. He's not coming. He's like, no. There he is. Come on, Miss Turney, get him. Get him. There we go. Roly-Poly. Okay, think about what a roly-poly does to protect itself. Okay, it rolls up into this ball, right? And it protects itself when it thinks it's in danger. So right now it doesn't feel like it's in danger. Okay, it's crawling, but let me go ahead and get it back into the ground. But as soon as I put it back into the ground, he rolls back up into a ball. Okay. And look at the color of the roly-poly and how it really, 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 oh, he's so cute. And how it really camouflages itself inside of dirt. Because it camouflages itself inside of dirt, you don't see it very well. And so it is good to hide itself from predators, okay? So I was talking about the bark on a tree, and that was one of your examples. All right, so you're gonna go on your own little scavenger hunt. Now, please don't use roly-poly, and don't use calla lily, okay? And don't talk about flowers and the colors that they are to attract things that will spread the pollen for the flowers. I want you to go on your own little scavenger hunt and find your own things. Now, you have a choice. You can take pictures of the items that you find yourself, okay? Or you can find pictures on the internet, okay? So why don't you go ahead and go on your little scavenger hunt. Sadie Bell, Sadie, what features and functions do you have? I know what you have. You have a cute face. That's what you have, so that if you ever got lost, people would say, oh, she's so sweet. Let's return her to her owners. All right, so go ahead and pause the video and go on your own scavenger hunt for organisms, their features, and their functions. All right, so now that you are back, you need to add yours to this particular chart, okay? So obviously, what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna insert, right, a text box, and you're gonna put your organism, you're gonna type it right in there, okay? And then you're gonna put a picture of what your organism is. Now you have a couple of choices, okay? If you want to, like for mine was a roly-poly, so I could either have taken a picture of the roly-poly and emailed it to myself, or put it on my desktop of this particular computer, and I could put that in there. So if you're going to insert an image, so you can upload it from your computer. If you took it on your phone and then emailed it to yourself, or somehow got it onto your desktop, you can upload it to your computer. You could have also uploaded it to your drive as well, okay? And then, or you could search the web, okay? So if you search the web because you decided roly-poly, okay? Now I'm doing roly-poly, you do not do roly-poly, okay? So I'm gonna go find my roly-poly. I'm gonna bring a little picture of my roly-poly over here, just drag it over. Oh, he's a big old roly-poly, so I'm gonna make him much, much smaller. And I'm gonna put him right there, okay? So the roly-poly, probably we'll type in roly-poly. Reminds me of my daughter used to watch this show when she was little called Roly-Poly-Oly. All right, and then the feature, you would type in what the feature is, what it is that it does, okay? Just duplicate that and put it over here. And my feature is that it rolls into a ball. You know what? Now that I think about it, I should probably put the picture of it rolled into the ball over here. Okay, because that's what the feature is that it does. And put the picture of the roly-poly open in this first one. Is it gonna move over there? Come on over. There it is. Oh, it did it twice. I didn't think it did it twice. Oh, those are so cool looking. All right, and then there's your roly-poly, and then typing in what's the reason that it does that, okay? Now, if you're not sure the reason that it does that, then feel free to research that, okay? And the reason that it does that is to protect from predators. All right, kind of like acting dead, kind of like an opossum. All right. And that would be my example. Now, not your example. You have to think of your own 3. All right. That's it for today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye, guys.